All right, man, we are on the road to Wrestle-Mania 42, and by God, did it take a terrible turn last night with Pat McAfee, and I'll cover that at some point. I may even do a short about it. I posted it on TikTok, but nonetheless, we have more WWE action figure leaks to talk about heading into WrestleMania 42, where, of course, there will be plenty of new action figures on display, but I do have some tips from some anonymous sources and some leaks out there, man. I want to get into them and break them down here today. Talking about Elite Series 127, we're going to find out what the gears look like here, and we're also going to be talking about some leaked out figures from Walmart and some completed sets that we didn't know about that we're going to, of course, get into, man. So let's go ahead and dive into it, man. The first figure we're going to be talking about is Elite Series 127 John Cena. Now, this is huge for me because just the other day, we actually even did a big thing talking about how, you know, John Cena's WrestleMania figure, what if we're going to get at all a WrestleMania Superstore exclusive figure for WrestleMania 42 out in Las Vegas, and what that could be. And so I'm happy to report that Elite Series 127 John Cena is not going to be from WrestleMania 41. That's actually a really big deal there because, you know, I figure they're going to make this figure. They have to, and I know they've made a couple basics. It's not the same, man. It's not the same as making an Elite or an Ultimate, and honestly, man, I have no idea where they're going to plug it. If it wasn't here, then I don't know, man. I'm guessing we're going to get some sort of Ultimate Edition or something, or maybe the Superstore exclusive is John Cena again, and it is WrestleMania 41, and hopefully we'll know those things soon. But Elite Series 127 is going to be apparently, now I'm just putting this out there, SummerSlam 2025 John Cena. Now, this is the matchup where he took on Cody Rhodes, and I'm excited for this figure, and also not excited because there's a few different things that we need to discuss with this. Now, this was his blue and red gear, a blue shirt, white bands. What's interesting about this gear specifically is if you remember, on his last matchup ever with Gunther, remember, we're getting an Ultimate Edition of this, and I see this question legitimately every single day. I don't know why this keeps becoming a thing. If you guys are wondering, the last time is now made to order Mattel Creations Ultimate Edition John Cena figure. It is shipping almost at the end of 2026, so you still have another 7.5 months until you get this figure in hand. I just want to put that out there, but this last time is now matchup is, you know, we were going to get it originally as his last time is now with the bands and everything. And then it turns out the night he came out, he actually switched his gear. Somebody in the WWE department for the gears and the wardrobe department dropped off his SummerSlam bands to his dressing room. I've talked about this beforehand on the channel and across social medias, but it was pretty much by accident that he wore the SummerSlam bands with the last time is now gear, and it was all a mistake by wardrobe and WWE, and so Mattel quickly pivoted and changed the figure to match the matchup even more, which is a huge deal. But the reason I say this is because that is his SummerSlam bands. So the bands that are coming with this, and maybe that's why they were able to adjust it, is because they already had the figure and the deco and the wristbands made. So it was a very easy pivot to include those bands with this figure here. So that makes a lot of sense there. You know, they were able to quickly pivot SummerSlam gear here. Maybe, I mean, hopefully it'll come with the championship. Hopefully everything's good. You know, the new Elite formula I really like. The only way I won't like it, and I'm going to do a side-by-side so you guys can see, if they use the WrestleMania Elite formula or the Cena 3-pack 2015 in the blue shirt formula, this figure will be okay. But if they use the Top Picks formula, it's not going to be good because the Top Picks figure, the Glasgow figure, it has the cargo shorts mold instead of the flat denim shorts like on the WrestleMania Elite or on the other Elite that we were just talking about in the 3-pack. Now, the only thing that has me worried is in this SummerSlam Elite, he was wearing the shorts that the Glasgow figure, I'm pretty sure it's pretty much based on the same thing, except Mattel accidentally or on, you know, they messed it up. They gave him the cargo pockets. And so if they give him the cargo pockets, then this figure is also going to have cargo pockets, and that's going to be very upsetting for no reason. That would just be atrocious. We don't want to see that. Hopefully it'll be flat denim, and they'll get the belt deco, and it'll all be great, and, you know, the figure will come out nice. And, you know, I hope that we get every single attire on the retirement tour. Now, it would be a crazy thing to do, but up till a certain point, they have made all of them. So it's actually kind of crazy how many they've made. And if they're doing SummerSlam here, hopefully we'll get some others in basic form and different stuff. And even if they can only make them in basics and kind of sprinkle them throughout, give us an Ultimate here, an Elite here, a Top Picks there to kind of fill in these retirement tour shirts, hopefully they'll be able to make that happen. But John Cena's Elite 127 figure is based on SummerSlam 2025. Now, also a part of SummerSlam 2025 and also a part of Elite Series 127 is going to be Bronson Reed. We also know he's a part of Elite Series 127, and this is huge because if Elite 127 Bronson Reed is based on SummerSlam 2025, that would mean that he's going to be in the all-black gear. Now, Bronson Reed bats a really high percentage, man. His first Elite was really good. It had that Bam Bam Bigelow-inspired gear. He also had the Elite 108. It was just a repaint of that initial figure, but ever since, I'm pretty sure he's got new tattoos. Maybe we'll get a new head sculpt. It'll be the black gear. I'm really excited for this figure because it would be really cool if it included some loose shoes that could go around the neck of Bronson Reed. I think that would be a really fun and unique accessory, and maybe both. It would be really sick if in the packaging he had the Tribal Thief shirt on and then he had the shoes wrapped around his neck in the packaging. That would be such a nice thing to see. Or even if they just, the Tribal Thief shirt and then the Jordan 4s, I mean, they can't make Jordan 4s, but just having some sneakers that go around his neck in that color would be really sweet. Another little step they could add is what if, I don't know how crazy this would be, but what if they took the shoes and they molded them and they put them in the packaging, but the way that they make them is where you could actually plug them into a figure. That would be really sweet. I think that'd be awesome. You could fix up a Roman Reigns, do something cool there creatively. Hopefully that'll be, I mean, I'm completely spitballing here, but that would be a really cool accessory. That may be one of the best accessories of the year, and we're going to see this figure on display in a couple weeks in Las Vegas. It should be really sick, but that's just something I fantasy booked in my head just now, just creatively, just because that just sounds badass. But the Bronson Reed figure should be really sweet, but it's also from SummerSlam 2025, and that figure should be really good, man. I mean, I don't know how you'd hate on that. I know a lot of people have been begging for Bronson Reed. It was already revealed that he was in Elite 127, and we have been kind of leaking that for a couple months now, so it's pretty cool to see that this is going to be SummerSlam 2025. I'm excited to see what the figure looks like, but we also had another leak on Walmart, and, you know, the closer, I bet, leading up, in the next 2 weeks, we're going to see so many damn leaks, man. I promise you, we're going to see a lot of leaks, because leading up to the events, we usually start to see a lot more stuff sneak out there and leak out there, so stay tuned to the channel. But with this figure, the next figure, it apparently is confirmed that the last figure in the Street Fighter WWE crossover series in that Elite set, though, you know, that we've been seeing over the last few months, is going to be Mbison Rock. Now, this is cool. This is a cool one. Now, if you want the lore on it, let's just dive into this real quick before we completely dive into it. The Rock Mbison Elite was really sweet, but it's going to be a Player 2 variant. Now, we have already seen a couple of these things play out, as we know. In Series 1, it was just the Ultimate Warrior, Rey Mysterio, and Rock. In Series 2, we got John Cena, Batista, and Bianca Belair. In Series 3, we got the Player 2 Blanca Ultimate Warrior, the Yokozuna as E Honda, and then we also got Dominic Mysterio as well. And so everybody started speculating, okay, well, it looks like they're going to do a Player 2 figure in each set moving forward because they need some repeats for this line. Well, in Series 4, we did find out that Balrog is going to be Mark Henry. So that kind of confirmed that Mark Henry apparently is getting new figures. I imagine since Mark Henry is getting new figures and he's getting a Street Fighter Balrog figure, that would make me think that we're going to be seeing him in Ultimate form, probably. We're going to see him in Elite form, probably in a Greatest Hits, maybe in the Monday Night Wars line, maybe in an Ultimate Edition. I could see them doing these things. Legends figures. They're going, you know, anytime somebody comes back to the line, they try to push up figures of those guys as much as possible. And I think a Mark Henry Balrog figure could be pretty cool. We already have boxing gloves in the line, so that's a really easy layup for him there. But if you guys were unaware of that league, Mark Henry is in Street Fighter Series 4. And then the last figure, we thought that it was going to be John Cena as Guile as a Player 2, but it looks like they are going with the Rock figure from Series 1, which is kind of crazy. We thought for sure they would dip into Series 2, but they dipped into Series 1 again and got the repaint, and we are getting Rock as a repaint there in green, which is pretty cool for that final figure in the set. But the other figure in the set, the third figure, is going to be Shawn Michaels as Vega. So Vega is going to be the third figure there, or the final figure. So in this entire set, you have Mark Henry as Balrog, Player 2 Mbison Rock, and I don't know if it's going to be the green gear or the blue. There's a few different variations, really, that they could go with, but it's going to be one of those 2 or 3 or whatever the hell Player 2s. I mean, I guess, for some reason in my mind, it makes sense that it would be the green for some reason. That just kind of seems right when it goes with the Rock. I don't know. I mean, that could definitely not be right. It could be the blue or whatever the case is. Hopefully the figure will be really sweet. But the third figure being Vega Shawn Michaels, this just fits like a glove. I'm really excited to see what molds they use, what formula. This line has been really enjoyable for me, and I've liked every single figure so far that they have shown, just the different creativity and stuff like that. And I've really liked all these crossover figures, and they feel really good in hand. We actually reviewed Series 1 not too long ago, and the figures just felt incredible. So I'm really excited to see, you know, Series 4 and all that. And I bet they'll probably do a full Street Fighter display at WrestleMania. They'll probably do maybe an arcade or something and have Series 4 on display, or some prototypes or whatever, and they'll have all of them up there. Or maybe not. They may not. But, you know, they're going to have a Monday Night Wars display, a Legends display, mainline, you know, all the different things. Ringside exclusive, probably defining moments, something like that. And so that should be really fun. But I want to get on here, talk about the Street Fighter figures and break down all the different sets, and we did have these leaks out here of what gears these new figures are going to be, so I thought that was a really sweet thing, and I wanted to get on here and talk about all of that here today, man. But should be great. I'm excited, man. We're slowly approaching WrestleMania, about 12 days away, 13 days away, something like that now, and it's just crazy how fast things go. But regardless, man, before we get out of here, let's get into our random comment shout out. And our comment today is going to go to Rob Ritchie 9458. I know this is off topic, but I grabbed an Oba at Walmart today, and it just got me to thinking an Ultimate Edition Oba is going to slap. Yes, it will slap as long as the torso and the shoulders don't poke out forever far and everything like that. I guess they could use a Brock Lesnar Ultimate. Maybe that could make, you know, Brock Lesnar get dethroned as the best Ultimate Edition. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what formula they would use for Oba. They may have to do a unique torso. I don't know, but that would be pretty cool. Yeah, that sounds like an epic figure. I'm sure that we'll probably get that revealed at some point. I could see us getting an Ultimate Obafemi very, very soon. Maybe that will be revealed at a panel or something like that at Mania. We'll have to see, man. But I appreciate you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a blessed one, and I will catch you guys later.